Welcome, my Chingus, to episode 53 of This Week in K-Pop. In this episode, we will talk about 4L, Block B, TFELT, High4 and Lim Kim, HyunA, San-E, Spica, Sistar, Red Velvet, Winner, and more. My name is Steven, and with me is who? Who you?
Hello. I got fat.
Where you been? Where you been? Where you been eating at, bro?
Like, no joke, Chingus. I gained maybe like 5 pounds for...
You gained 5 kilos.
5 kilos. That's right. I gained almost 10 pounds in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That should not be physically possible, my brother says. And I showed him.
But it is possible. Because you go home. I mean, what are you going to do when you go back to America? You just eat.
I met people and ate. Yeah. And when I was myself, I ate.
Yeah.
Hang out with my family, I ate.
Yeah. Like, when, I'm going to go back to America in November, and there's only one thing that I have to do to plan, which is write down all the food places I want to eat.
That's what I did before I went.
Yeah.
But enough with all that jazz.
Yeah.
Who are we?
What are we? This Week in K-Pop is normally a discussion podcast that covers the last couple weeks worth of K-pop news and music video releases. Yeah, normally we do it every 2 weeks, but since Josh went home to America, we haven't done it for a month, and it's so weird. So weird. I've been busy on my own thing. You've been busy shoving your face, which is normally what I do.
But I mean, you've been doing some pretty cool stuff, Steven.
I've
been checking it out.
Maybe. Should check out our YouTube channel, This Week in K-Pop. I've done some stuff. But anyways, each episode, Josh and I will pick our best song since the last episode. And there was a lot of releases.
Yeah.
It's been a month. And this is like high time. This is like summertime in Korea. Like that's when people release some stuff. So if we don't talk about the video that you want to know about, just leave us a message or email us and we can tell you our thoughts. But we had to cut a lot from this.
And surprisingly, there are just a lot of videos that we just couldn't watch. We just didn't have enough time to watch them.
Yeah.
Sadly enough, but...
I mean, we technically had time, but not to super complain because it's like kind of rich people problems, but it's like sometimes you don't want to watch 50 music videos when like 30 of them are kind of like
and usually when you watch that many music videos, they kind of like skews your scale about what is good and what isn't. Like it might make songs that are so like really good if you have like a really meh like month, or it might make like really good songs kind of bleh. Yeah, because
you're listening to them all at the same time, and it's a little too much. But so we tried to pick kind of the gangbusters, whether we liked or disliked, but we thought you guys want to listen. So let's get started with what I thought was the best song of the last month, and it's a weird one. It's a weird one.
It's weird.
Even though I think we can go ahead and say this, that even though there were a lot of releases last month, I personally felt that a lot of them were like at the meh-ish to good to the okay level. They're in the middle-ish area.
There were a lot of mediocre songs, definitely.
Yeah.
This past month.
Maybe the nicer way to say it.
Yeah, a lot of mediocre. Just nothing that really catches your eye that you kind of just skip over.
And I mean, there were some big releases, but my favorite song was actually by Spica, not Spica as I learned earlier, with their English debut song, I Did It. Now, this is weird because if you've been a long-time listener of the podcast, Josh has been the big fan of Spica or Spica and was always telling me you should listen to him. To him.
Yeah, because they have really good vocals.
Yeah. And after you don't love me.
You don't love me.
Like I was like, damn, this is great.
I told you.
Sometimes I get that confused with "You Don't Know Me," and I'm like, "That's not right."
You don't know.
I just did it. And anyway, so they had their English debut, and at the time when I listened to it, because I did a reaction for it, I was like, "It's pretty good," but it's not like as great of a song as "You Don't Love Me."
Yeah.
And I still feel that way. It's very different type of song.
Yeah.
But of all the songs kind of this week, I really like. That is a very catchy song. Now. Is it catchy because it sounds very, very similar to a Bon Jovi song?
I know.
I don't know. Maybe
that may or may not be entitled "Dead or Alive." I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. But all I know is that kind of chord progression is pretty damn catchy, and I really like the song. I'm really surprised with their English skills because I mean, or at least in the video, there was no parts where I was like,
Yeah, it was practically flawless almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was weird, like, actually listening to the song and being like, normally I just let the lyrics kind of waft over me because I don't know what they're saying.
It's Korean lyrics, right?
Yeah.
K-pop lyrics.
And this time I was like, wait, what? I thought I was looking at beautiful Asian women and I was like,
I understand
it's like, I understand things. It's amazing. But seriously, I don't fanboy too much in life, but
Jiwon.
Jiwon.
She's so pretty. She is so pretty.
Like, she's definitely, I mean, I don't know how she popped up in my, like, but she's been, like, going up on my ladder, you know?
Your bias
and, like,
list.
my bias ladder, and she's pretty up there.
Yeah.
She's pretty up there. But that's Spica. I mean, what did you think? Like, obviously, you didn't pick it as your song of the
Yeah, so, strangely enough, I really, really did not expect them to have English debut. For one,
that was pretty ass random. That was pretty random.
I mean, like Wonder Girls, you kind of knew, like, oh yeah, it makes sense that they tried to go, you know,
it was a dumb
to the U.S. It was pretty
dumb.
It was pretty duddy, right? But we knew that Wonder Girls had like pretty good English speaking prowess, and they were really, really popular in Korea. So like the move over wasn't too
it
wasn't too crazy. It didn't really catch many people like too off guard. Like it wasn't far fetched, right? Yeah.
Like if Big Bang was like, let's go to America, like, that makes sense.
Yeah, we wouldn't be, right? But Spica, this really came out of nowhere. I'm pleasantly surprised by it, but it's definitely not as powerful or catchy as You Don't Love Me. And I actually like Russian Roulette is probably my favorite Spica song.
I will say, like, it's weird because You Don't Love Me actually I really like that music video. It's so fun. They're having so much fun doing it. They're so cute. And it's weird how in their American music video, it's even more generic than like a Korean one.
It's kind of weird because it feels you could definitely see some Korean like music video aspects into it.
Right.
But it's definitely tailored toward the American audience, it feels like.
I mean, it was directed by an American.
Yeah.
I mean, this was like an American dude, and it's like, oh, I guess American music videos are kind of the same as Korean music videos, where they're just pretty shots of pretty people doing pretty things. Which is fine, but not as cool.
Shoot some cleavage in there, you know.
They're definitely wearing way skimpier outfits than normal, I think.
I liked the amount of sexiness in You Don't Love Me. This one, I feel like it was forced a little bit too much. But I mean, they're very, very attractive girls. Don't get me wrong, but I just felt that this didn't embody what Spica was about.
Which is their amazing vocals and
just amazing vocals, and the harmonies are on point. And it's just this song really didn't really highlight that for me. So,
and I will say on the sexy part, like, I think this will be a running theme in the future, which is that there's a difference. I've noticed now there's a difference between a sexy image and sexy choreography.
Yep.
And while this has a sexy image, the choreography is actually pretty tame, and I like that. Like, I'm okay with that. There's not a lot of butt shaking. It's not a lot of breast rubbing, which is, I think, a very important distinction to make.
Yeah.
People often lump them all together whenever they see breasts or something. They're like, ugh.
Sexy choreography.
Yeah. Like,
no, that's not the case.
But there's a difference in there. But,
like it's like watching HyunA in like dance practice videos. You know, she's in like sweats and like a baggy sweatshirt or something, but she's doing very, very sexually suggestive moves. Sure. And you know, there's a stark contrast. And this one, it was.
I mean, I thought they kept it kind of class. I mean, Jiwon. Oh my god. I mean, she's effectively just wearing a swimsuit. But, like, they're kind of classy, kind of like runway-ish type of moves, which is okay.
Yeah, it feels a little bit like kind of a high-class feel, but, like, more scantily clad.
Yeah. I did it. I did it. I don't know. That's just catchy to me. But let's move on to what is the biggest release, I think.
Probably, yeah.
The biggest debut this year, probably, 2014.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Who am that?
So... the biggest debut while we were gone is Winner with their double single release, Empty and Coloring.
But first we're going to talk about Empty. That is the first one they released. And the first one that I listened to. But you were gone. I mean, I did a reaction, so why don't you tell me what do you think about Winner?
So Winner, they've had a lot of hype just around their debut, and coming from YG, you know that
first boy group in 8 years, right?
Yeah, and YG is just notorious for delaying comebacks and just kind of being really ambiguous about debut dates and giving you like, a set time where they're gonna release something. And this was kind of the case with Winner. I felt like Winner was supposed to be debuted like half a year ago, and we've just been talking about them, and
I thought they were gonna debut like right after their reality program kind of finished, and then it took some time.
But it took some time, and it might be because of that, but I was kind of underwhelmed with the debut. So we obviously heard these songs like separately, and when we got together, we kind of made comments about it. And the surprising thing was Steven thought that I would really, really like them. It would be right up my alley. And I thought Steven, would actually like one of these songs and not really the other, just because it's ballady. And I was right, and Steven was wrong. I didn't really enjoy this debut. Sadly enough, I was very underwhelmed. Just Winner, they're a well put together boy group. They're going to be very successful, but as a debut, it's well polished. I will say that it's well polished. But other than that, there's just nothing that really grabs me about Winner.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't listen to the whole album. Did you listen to the whole album?
I've downloaded it. I've maybe listened through it once. Nothing concrete enough for me to give my opinions about it.
Okay. Because, I like Empty more than I like Coloring. I think Empty has more flavor in it, but I definitely think neither one of these songs have, there's no hook in. There's no, I think they're solid songs, but they're not catchy songs.
Yeah. Well polished, but not.
Yeah. But they don't have any pizzazz.
Yeah.
Which is what, as a debut group, I would assume you want. You want something that catches you. Now, they're a debut group, but they're not, for hardcore fans, they already know their blood
Everything
types and birthdays for years now, Yeah. But for the general audience, like my girlfriend or most of Korea, I think it's kind of like, meh. I think from what some of the people I've talked to is just kind of like, was that a Big Bang song?
That's this is not Big Bang. This is not. It's not.
My girlfriend said Taewan. She was like, "Is this from Taewan's album?" I'm like, "No, that's Winner." She's like, "Oh, okay." And then the next,
Winner again?
then Coloring comes out, and she's like, or turns on in the cafe we were at, and she's like, "Is this Taewan?" And I'm like, "No, that's Winner again." I think it's a kind of a disservice to compare them to Big Bang and Taewan, but
definitely,
I didn't get anything from them. That's the thing. I didn't except I really like one dude. One of the dude's voices matches really well with another dude's low voice. One dude's high voice and low voice is really good. And that's why I like Empty more than I think I like Color.
And I do have to say, as a whole, Winner, the rapping is very well put together. As expected of someone coming from YG, your rap better be on point. And I feel like, for the most part, maybe about one or two verses I kind of were about.
Sure.
For the most part, it was pretty well put together.
But as much as I hate, sometimes I talk all the swag and whatever, there was no swag in this. There's no confidence. There was no early Big Bang didn't have that either, but that's because nobody knew who they were, right? But I'm trying to think of a YG group now that doesn't have a kind of
they're not even a swagger. It's more of a confidence, right? YG, they're the people come out of YG that are very confident in kind of who they are. Akmu are okay, yeah, we're a brother sister duo. This is kind of.
And when they came out with their album, they were fucking even though that was a debut sort of. Sure they did some songs. That was an
amazing album.
They came out with some and it was amazing and
very
I just
memorable.
Didn't really get that.
Akmu debut was very memorable, and just all people coming from YG kind of have this confidence, right?
Or at least that's what we expected. Well, I guess I shouldn't say they have to have it, but that's what you expect when you hear YG. And there's a certain thing you expect when you hear SM, and there's a certain. Actually, for JYP, it's just like what
Yeah.
here random shit.
And a lot of people are going to be saying like, oh yeah, Winner does have a lot of like, confidence. You know, they had it on the show, and then like, I think Bobby is one of the guys. He was on Show Me the Money 3, and Bobby and B.I.
Team B,
I don't know.
team. I
think there's one guy from Winner.
Oh, really on there? I'm totally. That's the thing. We don't know because we don't watch that stuff, right?
Yeah.
We're basing all our things on just this. So.
Yeah, but I mean, individually and in the shows, they portray like I'm sure they have a lot of confidence, but we just didn't feel that from these songs. Is all we want to say.
Yeah, I think one time we got a comment that was like, "Well, if you read the blog that they sent up like an Instagram video, like I'm like, but like a normal person wouldn't.
Unless we're hardcore fans, nobody's really gonna see that.
Yeah,
and we're not really hardcore fans of Winner. Sorry.
Yeah. But I will say though that like the next time they come out with a song, I mean, of course I'm gonna listen to it.
Yeah.
Which again, like if you're a longtime listener. And maybe you're a new listener. I mean, we got a lot more subscribers recently.
Yeah, we got about 2K now.
Yeah, I just don't want to like be like, don't do it. Why'd you start it?
Sorry.
This is why I
thought it was the other one.
Gosh. All right, well, let's move on to the next song. Another kind of gangster release, sort of, and that's by a little group. What is my favorite group? I think their name is like SISTTTTTTTTAR. That's Sistar with their summer song "Touch My Body."
Tarts my body.
Touch my body.
Tarts my body.
Now I'll go ahead and say since they are my favorite girl group.
Go.
I mean, I think the general thing was like it's kind of underwhelming. This is their first time ever not working with either Double Psychic or Brave Sound.
Yeah.
And I will say that whoever composed this, I mean, I'm not trying to distract from it, but this dude was going for Double Psychic.
Yeah, this sounds like, super Double Psychic-y.
He listened to a lot of Double Psychic songs, like, let me try to emulate that. And at first, I really didn't like it. I think I listened to this once, and I never listened to it again. But the benefits of having we didn't record an episode for a long time is I've heard this song a lot. They play this song a lot in cafes and restaurants that I'm at, and it really did grow on me. It really did grow on me. I will say though that I think their image that they're going for. I mean, Sistar is sexy. We've said it many times.
Oh yeah.
But I think they went a little too much with the current trend in this video. Like a little too much Girls' Day. Like it reminds me a lot of Girls' Day's Darling in this. Which is just like they're doing a lot more of the
cute sexy,
but a lot of butt stuff and we've said many times I'm a bigger fan of I know it sounds weird to say I know the My Boy wave is fucking that's pretty in your face. But for some reason that's still in my head. It's not as bad as just rubbing your tits
or sticking Girls' Day expectation.
Yeah,
the Girls' Day expectation.
Or the sticking your ass and shaking it that every group does now. Which they do kind of in here. They do this butt clap. They do this butt clap thing.
Yeah, it's like I got a wedgie. You gotta shake that out.
Yeah, I gotta shake it out. I mean they're great and they're sexy. I'm a little sad about that. But I will say though that this song definitely has grown on me. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's still, of course, not as good as oh shit, the other summer song. Oh shit,
Loving You.
Gotcha. Damn, I felt.
Sistar's your favorite group, you said?
Sistar's my favorite.
Not Sistar 19, right?
Well, actually, I really like the beginning Sistar songs, like Push Push Baby, and I really like those songs.
I'm not a huge fan of those songs. Is the thing.
I don't know why I like them. I just do. But I also think this video. I mean, it was okay, I mean, they had the comedians in there, but they really didn't do much.
Anything. They just kind of being themselves.
It's kind of a little lame on that. But,
yeah.
What do you think?
This song, I've kind of had a weird feeling about this song. So when I first heard it, I was like, oh, this song's really good. I like it. It's not as good as other Sistar songs, but it's still pretty good. And then after I had a few more listens, I was like, I don't want to listen to this song anymore. And then I had a period where I was like, oh, actually, I kind of do like the song. And then Now I'm really done with it. Now I'm really really done with it. The video, I just had so many issues with it, just because there's so much visual noise and like things change so quickly. Steven and I are like really big like fans of being able to like look at a scene without pausing it and looking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we want to be able to scan a thing, like a shot without having to pause it. But this one, I feel like it's just bombarding my eyes. Given it is Sistar, and we love Sistar, it feels too much for the visual senses. There's just so many colors and so many designs and so many like outfit changes, and it's just such quick cuts that I just really couldn't get into it. Now, the choreography, I really, really dislike. It's a really big dud in my book.
It's definitely way different than their earlier middle day choreographies. You know, like the Alone and the that kind of deal.
Yeah, like Sistar, I feel they kind of made a choreography point doing something kind of simple-ish.
Mm-hmm. Simple and sexy.
But making it look really, really good. Really, really sexy. And that was kind of, I think, their charm. And when they came out with, what's the song that they came out with? Give It To Me.
Give It To Me.
Give It To Me, like, they had the little, like, hand wave, right? Mm-hmm. That was really catchy.
But I was also very disappointed in Give It To Me. It's a music video.
Yeah. That one had a lot of noise as well. Yeah. I wasn't a big fan of the music video. But this, like, their point was, I guess, this body wave thing and, like, it's touch.
Yeah.
And I'm not...
The butt clap.
I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of the butt clap. I'm not a big fan of this, like...
It was a little weird. Yeah.
Just none of those moves really did it for me. Sure. They didn't feel very Sistar-y. And surprisingly enough, I don't think HyunA and Boram look very good in this comeback.
And if you're a long-time listener, you know how much we love HyunA and Boram.
Yeah, you have to understand, like, we really, really, like, Boram and HyunA, well, at least Boram, is really, really high on our bias list. Like, we think she is just, like, a goddess.
Yes.
And for me to say that I don't think she looks all that great in this is actually pretty huge. And
there was a scene where she had, like, the blown-out hair, and, like, it was just, I was like, Boram?
Yeah, and Boram's
girl?
rap was not on point in this. I feel like I have a lot of negative things to say about this, but you have to realize we're really big Sistar fans and we're going to be really, really critical. And
that's not how being a fan is. You're supposed to like everything they do. You're doing it wrong, bro.
Oops! Sistar is the best! This choreography is the best thing I've ever heard! That wedgie shake, I'm going to go do it in the streets! But I do have to say, Soyu looked really, really, really fine. She looked really, really, really good in this.
So, I mean, and living in Korea, I mean, she's probably the rising star. I mean, she's in a lot of shit. Like, people don't really like Boram here. People don't really like HyunA really here either.
It's because they're too dark skinned. Actually,
yeah. It's all about all about
giraffe
Dawson and
because she's white.
Soyu.
She's really pale, and that's really attractive to like a lot of Korean people. But for me and Steven, Boram all the way.
Yeah. But I mean, maybe it's Sistar 19 I actually really like more. I don't know. But
and is that wrong to say?
No, I think that they tried to go this way, right? I think they're trying, like, we're gonna try to do something more in the current trend, and it just so happens that we're like, but why? Like, you're better than that. You don't have to do it because
you're up there, Sistar.
Like, everything you said is kind of the current trend, which is like there's a lot of moves, but there's no like catchy moves, right? There's a lot of like sexual things. There's a lot of cuts. There's a lot of like suggestive things, but it's like, yeah. Like, actually, it's weird that Alone is kind of like, it's one of my least favorite kind of Sistar songs, but like I can still remember that dance. I can remember that look, and I can remember that. It's just so like, I'm like, that ass.
I remember those red dresses and that slit.
Yeah, the slit.
That was whoo.
Now the girls are taking this dresses off. You know what I mean? Like,
no.
Shout out to Dalshabet. If that was Dalshabet, I actually can't remember.
Is Dalshabet or I don't know, one of
those other groups.
Babies.
But let's move on to a smaller release, I guess, sort of. Who am that?
So this is one of Steven's faves, right? She goes by the name of HyunA now.
It's so bad.
And her song is Ain't Nobody.
Bye. Yeah.
This video.
Yeah.
This video. I have a lot to say about this video. Prepare yourselves. Prepare your buttholes. I feel this song was very, very artistic. Just the kind of images they used and the kind of dancing that she did. I'm not saying that I really, really, really enjoyed it. Because you
didn't.
A lot of this kind of frou-frou stuff kind of flies over my head. I'm a simple kind of guy, I like simple things, and this had like a pound cake worth of like imagery and meaning, and I wanted to eat like Doritos, and you gave me like pound cake with chocolate syrup and whipped cream on top. I don't need that, right?
Yeah. It's like when you go to like a modern history or modern art museum, and it's like that's a circle. I could have done that, but it's like, no, the circle represents this and it's this, and it's like, all right,
yeah,
I get it.
There is like a background plot to this, right? He's kind of like a cheater, and she's like kind of following him around. She's like, nobody's gonna treat you as good as I do. Like,
and at the end, she gets over it, and she's free.
Yeah. But there are just a lot of scenes where it's just like, what is going on? You dancing in the street, you almost just got hit by a car, and now you're dancing in the street, all interpretive style. Like, I don't know about that. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, people playing chess at like midnight in what looks
as
like,
you do in America. As you do.
Like Boston, like the bad part of Boston. I don't know.
Okay, so I will agree. I'll say like there's the thing is, some people will say, oh man, like she really went for it. Like, this is true music, right? And I think you're right. Like, I think this is a passion project for her.
You can argue.
And I read she pushed really hard on JYP to be like, let me do what I want to do and get out my face. Mm-hmm. Now I don't know if that's in reference to this song specifically, but I definitely feel the passion. Like, the kind of modern dance is, I think, way harder to do what she's doing than it is to do the choreography that most people do. Right? Like, she's on her floor. I mean, she's banging up her legs. Like, she's going hard on this, right?
Yeah, she's going real hard.
Now, is it this kind of debate between, okay, are we talking about K-pop now? Or are we talking about music now? Yeah. And I think if we're talking about K-pop now, it definitely it's not in the right place, right? Yeah. Like, you can't use the K-pop standards for this song. As an artistic kind of thing, like, I think it's really good for. I mean, I'm really happy, as a big Wonder Girls fan. Although, to be fair, I was more of a Yubin, Sunmi, like fan than the Annie or the TFELT. But I really do. I mean, I think she looks beautiful in this.
She looks gorgeous,
and I think her singing's really good.
Yeah.
Now, when you first heard the song, actually, when a lot of people first heard the song, they were like, "Oh, Steve's gonna hate this." Because I've been on record saying I really, really don't like songs that sound like multiple songs smashed together, right? That's what you said to me, right?
Yep.
And then I was like, actually, I didn't mind it. I actually really, really love that "Turn Down for What" beat in the chorus.
There's just kind of like really a beat. I really like that beat too.
I wish the whole song was like that, but the difference between this song and like, for example, what's another song? Like, "Red Light" is a song that I've been passionate about not liking. Not Everybody for SHINee, but like Dream Girl for SHINee, or some of those other more like schizophrenic songs. Like, I am okay with this song because her singing is a through line. Like, no matter, the beat changes definitely, but her singing remains the same, and it's always the same, and it brings it together. It's not like some of the other songs where it's just like, here's a song here, there's another song here, it's another song here. Basically,
it has cohesion. Yes. It has some sort of cohesion to it, like the parts kind of combine in some weird Frankenstein-y thing. Yeah. Whereas, like, it's living. Whereas you have other songs, like, I don't know, maybe SNSD "I Got a Boy," that are just kind of like, this doesn't belong with this. Yeah. Like, no, don't do that. Yeah. It's like kind of weird. I mean, this is definitely a song where, like, when I first heard it, I was like, "The fuck? What the fuck?" But I did hear it a couple more times, and like, I mean, I'm okay with it. Like, again, like, I would take a whole song of that chorus beat in there. Same.
I may even listen to this song just to hear that beat.
That is a good part.
Like, it's pretty good part. So yeah, I mean, I it's good to see, you know, JYP. I mean, I actually read an article. It's like, is JYP even third anymore? And like, while they're third in like market share, like, are they closer to one of those third party companies than they are to SM and YG now?
Yeah.
And like, I kind of have to agree that they are. Like, JYP like really is falling behind on the idol part. But I'm happy to see them still be able to do these things.
A lot of artists are coming out of JYP, not really K-pop groups, and that's kind of what's...
I mean, until the whole
2 PM is going to come back.
GOT7, 6 Mix, 5 Live, number Jamboree comes out.
4 Dog Night, I don't remember.
Well, speaking of letters and numbers, let's talk about the next group. And that is a group, they're called 4L, or 4 Ladies. With their song Move. Now, well, I mean, I can just go ahead and say that, well, let's just start with the song. Cause
Song first.
Now, I'm not a giant fan of the song. I think the song's okay. But I think that if they didn't go with the motif they went for, this would have had maybe 10,000 views. Which, by the way, means that it worked. The stunt that they pulled worked. And no matter what people complain about it, guess what? It still works. Yeah. So you can only blame yourselves, I guess.
Yeah.
But what do you think about the song?
So the song itself, I thought it wasn't horrible. It's pretty mediocre, in my opinion. But it's kind of... What's the word I'm looking for? It's well produced. But besides that, it's just nothing really that sticks out to me song-wise. And
if they didn't come out with the concept they came out, that would be it.
Yeah,
right?
that would be it. I'll just look it over.
Yeah. But
we wouldn't even be talking about it, probably.
We probably would. We probably would have dumped with all the other... There are a lot better songs that we dumped.
Oh, yeah.
But I did want to talk, of course, about...
Why do we want to talk about this, Steven?
Their concept.
The concept. Quote-unquote concept.
No. Now, their company is straight up like, you know what we want to do. Like, they were like...
We come out the wrong
out, it's going to be like pouring on your face. And, I mean... Here's the thing. I found this not sexy in the slightest.
Same.
None of their dance moves are remotely sexy. Now they're provocative. They're very provocative. They're like scissoring you with their legs and shit. But like that is not sexy. They're like it's like we've actually said this before. It's like people who don't know how to be sexy and they only heard about sexy like in a book or like they saw it in a movie and they're like, try it.
Yeah.
They're just try it. Like you can be sexy too. And it's like, no.
Just because you're a woman, do these moves and people will look at you.
Yeah.
So we do have to say that Steven and I, and even Kelvin before, not even Kelvin, also Kelvin before, we're very guilty of slut shaming sometimes. Just kind
I don't want to call it slut shaming because we're not like you're a slut. We're just like
we're just like you're dancing to like you're making it to like blah 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 and all that. We are guilty of that sometimes. But let's be honest, people. This is very like distasteful. This is not respectful to women. I don't understand how this is empowering to women's sexuality. Just being like,
is it?
Just doing all these moves because the way I feel it is that I'm not even sure that these girls like would want to pursue this type of concept on their own. I feel like the company,
of course,
pushed them into this, and they were like, okay, we're going to do this because this is the trend nowadays, and we want to get famous. We want to be a top-name group, right? Yep. Like, Stellar got a lot of noise because of Marionette, and Girls' Day and Sistar, they got really popular because they were doing a lot of sexy moves, and the company said, why don't we just sexy it up? Just as much sexy things as we can think about, just throw it in this video. Mm-hmm. And just... very not tasteful. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth watching it. I feel very sorry for the members. I feel kind of like angry toward the company for making them do it. Mm-hmm. And it's just not what I want to see. I don't want to see this.
Well, see, here's where we're different. Actually, I was gonna make a video about sexy concepts. So I've been thinking a lot about it. And the difference, I think, between what they're doing is that I don't care that they're doing this because they're not marketed at children. This group is not marketed. They're like, we're going to be sexy. You know we're going to be sexy. And we're
this is 19 plus.
This is 19 plus.
This is going to be Launch Town.
And it's not saying like, oh, but we also have a 15 plus version, and we're also like an idol group that also like your middle school children are going to like.
Listen to,
right? This group is like, they're doing their own thing. I don't personally like it, but, and I think it's trashy.
I think it's very trashy, right?
But I don't care. I don't care that they're doing it. I have a bigger problem with people that are half doing this, but then also half playing off.
They're just being really greedy.
They're like, oh, we're gonna put in some crotch grabs, we're gonna put in some ass shakes, but also, really, this video is for your 15-year-old child, and that is what K-pop is, by the way. Yeah. It is marketed at like 12 to 15-year-old girls,
basically usually. Teenagers.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, I'm like mad. I'm not mad. Like, I think you're a lot more like angry or angried by it.
I'm just kind of just like, shame on this company.
Like, for example, if that was the goal that they wanted to do, I think they failed at that goal because I don't think they were sexy, right?
Yeah.
So like, if I'm totally open for another group to do this if they could do it right, you know what I mean? Like, I think that could work. Like for older girls, like for example, like maybe the 20-year-old crowd. Like, I think that could work. Secret is kind of like that. A little.
I see. I know.
Now, anyways.
I kind of understand what you mean, Steve, because like, you know, in the 90s, you had a lot of like male R&B singers who would just sing about sex.
Yeah.
And they just sold records on records. Like Genuine and your D'Angelo's and your Ushers even, you know? And
you're peeing on girls. I mean, R. Kelly, that's all he does.
Yeah, like they made a living off of singing songs about baby making music. And I think K-pop could have some area where they have like a baby making music section. And I get what you're saying, Steven. Like there are a lot of K-pop idol groups that are just crossing the line because a lot of their stuff is aimed towards like middle school kids.
Yeah.
And
people forget that. People forget because the international audience is very different than the Korean audience. But
yeah, because I feel like the international audience, it's a little bit more mature. Right.
Yeah. And you have to remember that the international audience has seen more things.
Yeah.
The Korean audience, the Korean teenagers are very
sheltered.
Very sheltered. But yeah, actually, I'll probably finish that video one day, and I'll probably talk more about sexiness. But let's go on to kind of the middle area. I mean, this is the time where we thank everybody. If this is your first time listening to this podcast, thank you for finding it. Josh, you know, it's not in top condition right now.
I am not in top condition.
It's not in top condition, but you know what? We do it for you. We do it for you. Also, I have school tomorrow, so like.
Yeah, it's cool. Like, this is gonna be a long ass podcast, and he's got to teach tomorrow. I don't got to teach tomorrow. I don't got to teach till Tuesday.
You suck.
Sorry.
But you know, we want to. If you only listen to the audio version, again, you know, I've done some stuff. So if you want to check out YouTube, that would be really cool. But also, you know, we're committed. I know it's weird. A lot of times we have like bumps in listeners, and then we don't release things for a while. So I do want to say, you know, we're gonna try. I mean, we're committed to every 2 weeks we'll bring this to you. So
yeah, it's just because we've been traveling or just but actually it's just traveling. That's what it is. I've just been gone.
And it's him because I stayed here the whole time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. But again, if you can, the thing that would help us the most is if you go on iTunes and you leave us a review.
Oh, yes.
A review helps so much. I mean, you can leave whatever you want. I mean, whatever rating you want. I mean, a good one would be nice. But just a review will push us ahead of some of the other K-pop podcasts. Some of them who haven't even released an episode in 2 years.
Yeah.
They still rank kind of above us in the search engine. So it would be really, really cool if you like the podcast and you left us a review. I mainly only check the American iTunes store. So if you leave us a review on the Canadian one or the Japanese one or wherever you're from,
whatever region,
tell me. You can tell us on Facebook. You can tell us on Twitter. Twitter's probably the best. It's, of course, at This Week in K-Pop. Or on our YouTube channel, right? The video version of this is out there now. Right now. But let's move on. We got a poop ton more to talk about.
Poop ton.
Yeah. Don't forget we have the lightning round after we talk about
that's right.
the next 5
Oh, that's
videos.
right.
So, Josh, my favorite song of the month was Spica. What was yours?
My favorite song of the month was our boy from Brand New Music presents Sonny featuring Bumkey, Body Language.
Is that him? Is that
Yeah.
Sonny?
Body language, body language.
Now, this song, of course, features Bumkey.
Yeah.
And I will be honest
Features
right now
Bumkey and a lot
say,
of side boob.
I want to say, yeah, side boob, okay? Bumkey makes this song. Like,
Bumkey.
as much as I like Sonny,
Sonny is great.
Bumkey makes this song. If Bumkey wasn't singing this chorus,
You gotta sing the hook.
this song ain't shit.
Yeah, it's
but-
kind of true though.
Let's talk about it. This is your favorite song.
Okay.
What about it?
So you know how I was talking about that '90s R&B, baby making Jimmy Jams.
Yep.
This is it right here, but Korean style.
Yeah.
I feel like the Korean hip hop and R&B scene. What I've liked about it, and what's gaining kind of some steam,
Some slow motion.
is like the '90s kind of hip hop and rap. It's kind of come back up again, and this is very
This song and
that.
Hug Me by Crush, I hear fucking everywhere.
Exactly, because people
It's
like
coming back. They're coming. The baby
it's
making.
coming. The baby making music.
Or at least Korea just now discovered that there's music like that.
Yeah, and it's okay to want to have sex.
Yeah.
Now.
Every time I hear that Hug Me song, I just giggle, and my girlfriend is like, "What?" And I'm like, "That sounds like Fuck Me." She's like, "Oh, it sounds like Fuck Me," and I was like, "Yeah, that's the point."
That's what's funny about
But I
it.
think people don't understand that because they play it all everywhere, and kids are everywhere.
Yeah. The funny thing about this music video is that when you first heard it, Steven, you didn't think it was Sonny. You were kind of...
I didn't know it was Sonny. To be fair, I mean, I heard it a lot in the cafes and restaurants, and my ears peaked up always during the chorus.
Yeah.
With Bumkey's part.
Yeah.
So rapping is kind of hard to hear in a crowded restaurant, but when a melody comes on, it's like, oh, that one. So I was really surprised. I was like, Sonny? Oh shit, this dude's killing it since leaving JYP, you know? And the video is awesome Sonny business. It's like, it's kind of sexy, right? There's a lot of side boob, well, maybe a little unnecessary, but like,
Yeah.
like that's a little unnecessary.
A little bit too much. A little bit too many crotch shots. A little too much side boob.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a rap video. I mean, we've seen a billion things worse. Like,
Worst.
remember Gary's video, Shower Later?
Like,
Come on, guys.
on the floor.
All the times.
Get down on the floor.
Shout outs to what? JJ
Ice JJ Fish.
Ice JJ Fish.
Oh god, that song's terrible.
You should Google that, YouTube that right now. If you've
Ice
not
JJ
heard
Fish
Ice JJ.
on the floor. You understand why I'm singing this way.
You'll understand.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, the video, it's so lighthearted. It's like, and like
It's sunny, very sunny.
Yeah, the end of it, it's just so hilarious. I just love it. I love it when rappers don't take themselves seriously, too seriously.
But the song is like pretty serious in itself. But it's kind of the sunny flip to it, right? It's fun, kind of lighthearted, like, hey baby, wanna get with me? I'm Sonny.
Yeah, that's me. But seriously, Bumkey though,
me.
like
He really makes
Bumkey,
songs.
man. Bumkey.
Songs like these, like the R&B style songs. He really makes songs like these.
Yeah. I really hope maybe Troy comes back with another song.
Yes, that'd be very nice.
Because this video features a member or two from Troy, which is Bumkey's boy group, which is weird to say.
Yeah, Bumkey's boy. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But Sonny's just so good at looking pitiful. He's just so good at like looking like just a fun-loving dude.
Yeah, just having a good time.
But yeah, probably if he didn't pick Sonny's body language, I would have picked it.
Definitely.
So definitely it's
this is our favorite song of the last month.
Like, I know people like Winner, and I know they're up, you know, they like the Sistar and the HyunAs and Block Bs, but like Sonny, this song.
And I have to tell you this right now. Korean people love this song too. Because like on like the monthly Gaon charts, right? This is like top 3. This is top 3.
Yeah.
And so Sonny's killing it this summer. Sonny has just been killing it in general.
Sonny's been, I mean, his duet with Reina, that song was like People don't understand. Like, I never would have understood if we didn't live in Korea, but they love that fucking song. Like, I remember like when Girls' Day came out, and I remember arguing with a YouTube commenter about Girls' Day's popularity. I'm like, yeah, sure, they're Girls' Day, they'll debut at #1, but will they stay #1? No, because the general Korean audience don't like that shit. But that Sunny Reina song, like, older people know that song. My students knew that song. Everybody knows that song.
Yeah.
And I think this song will be there too. Although probably a little less with the younger. A little less.
They'll like it, but they don't know what they're liking. Body language.
All right, let's move on to another group with a 4 in their title. And that is Hi4 and Lim Kim with their song, A Little Close. Now, Hi4 is a foursome. 2 rappers, 2 singers, and they previously had a gangbuster song. Speaking of gangbuster songs, right? With IU. What is the song like? Not summer, spring.
Not spring.
Summer. No, not
spring.
Summer. Flower.
Cherry blossoms or love or something like that.
That's right.
Not
that's
love.
Right. I think that's
spring
close.
Or cherry blossoms. So one of those 3 in some weird like common
one order.
Yeah.
But I mean that song was amazing, and so I remember like I was like, oh man, okay. Hi4, let's do this. They picked another girl. There's like a big deal. They like picked another girl. They're like, it's gonna be Lim Kim. You really like Lim Kim?
I love Lim Kim.
I mean, I like her. I mean, she's got such a distinct voice, but sometimes I'm like, it's a little too Lim Kimmy. It's a little too Kimmy. But what do you think about this song? Hi4 Lim Kim.
I really, really like Hi4 in general, just because of that one dude. There's this one dude. His vocals are just on point. In every
the cute guy.
Yeah, the guy that looks like he's 12, like, you don't belong here. Like, go back to middle school. But his voice is really, really good. Yep. And in general, I like Hi4. Expecting big things out of him. But Lim Kim and Hi4, they didn't really mesh too well in this song. Not as well as I thought they would.
I mean, like, Lim Kim's voice just is hard to mesh with a lot of people.
Surprisingly, yes. Yes, surprisingly.
Surprisingly?
Yes.
Really?
I think it's pretty surprising because
her voice is so distinct.
Yeah, but Lim Kim kind of has like a voice that you would think kind of goes with a lot of things. Like,
I think the opposite.
Okay, well,
you're wrong. Let's fight.
Let's bring this outside.
No, you'll probably kill me.
But this song definitely didn't match too well. Obviously, both separately, their voices are fantastic. Together, not so great.
Yeah. I do really like her voice though. Like when her part comes on, like it's just so Lim Kim. Like it's like, oh man, it's like you're not gonna hear that anywhere else. Yeah. It's like there's autotune, but there's not. It's like so weird to me. Her voice. But I don't think they match very well. Like IU's voice matched so well with the singer's voice.
Which it was kind of surprising in that song because both of their voices are kind of higher pitched and kind of higher timbre, and I thought, okay. It worked even though they both have higher timbres. And this one I was like, okay, Lim Kim, she's kind of got like a little more raspy voice, a little bit deeper. It's going to work great. And I heard it and I was like, oh, not as great as I thought. But, I mean, it's still an awesome song. I want you guys to check this out if you haven't. It's probably got less than 500,000 views on YouTube's.
250K, which is actually a lot.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not a 10 million or whatever for the IU one.
But, but I mean,
it's IU.
It's IU, right? And go check it out.
Yeah,
this video is very fun loving. I like the guys, I like their facial reactions and like.
Although you kind of have a thing against the rappers.
I don't really like the rappers in Hi4, mainly because they obviously went to Rupert Rappington's Rap Hands School of Rap Hands, but
they don't look like brand new music rappers. I mean, but I think they're pretty good. I don't think they're awful. I think they do the job they were assigned to do.
Yeah, they're rappers in a group that needs rappers.
Actually, I don't think they need rappers. I think the duo of the high 2 can like get on up out of there. And
I think they could have a high 3. Like, just one of the rappers is fine. Just take one of them.
But I do wonder if, like, obviously they're only partnering with these girls to like get their name out there. I wonder if they'll continue because, like, I like that. Like, I like it when a guy's mixed with a girl. Like. I think I've said before that when I used to listen to J-pop, there used to be a guy named M-Flow,
M-Flow.
And M-Flow used to have a girl singer, but she left or quit or whatever. So without a girl singer, he would just get new girl singers for every track.
Yeah.
And it was just so awesome. I loved it so much because I was like, number one, every track sounds different. Like he can make the track for each person, and that would be cool. Although I don't think they developed this song for Lim Kim's, which is sad. But
which you can kind of tell. Like it was supposed to have some sort of female accompaniment, but
didn't really. I feel like they didn't choose. I feel like maybe there was a girl like Ailey. I think Ailey would have been great.
Ailey would really go really
But I think her price might be a little too high. Because she don't even show up in videos, right? She don't even show up in videos for her price. Yeah. So,
and like IU kind of collabed with them because they're kind of like 1K low-end kind of deal.
Yeah. You get one. You get one, guys.
You get one.
You get one free pass.
You chose IU. You made a hit.
Yeah.
That's it. You're
done.
You're
done.
Get out.
All right, let's move on to the other big brand new debut.
The other big debut.
Which when you really think about it, is fucking crazy. Like, these are labels that don't release... like, maybe they release new groups every couple of years.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, YG is mainly known for their boy group, Big Bang. I mean, I know 21's 21, but, like...
But Big
Bang is still higher than 21. Yeah. And, of course... SM, they got boy groups.
Super Juniors, the XXLs.
I mean, EXO is EXO, but Girls' Generation is Girls' Generation, right?
Yeah.
So they're kind of busting out the new groups for those people at the same time, and that's
like
that's pretty crazy.
The young blood. They're bringing out the young blood.
Yeah. And they both share certain other disappointments. But let's talk about SM's brand new girl group.
That is Red Velvet with Happiness.
Happiness. So I did a reaction by myself, and I was very scared to do this one without you.
You seemed like you were,
But, you know, so maybe the audience knows what I think, so why don't you go?
Shall I start?
You should start with...
I'll start. What the fuck? What the fuck? Like, come on, SM. Okay.
You thought I'd be the bad one on this, but you're wrong. You're wrong, guys.
You're wrong. You're wrong. What are you doing, SM? Are you trying to... Okay. Are you trying to make a new FX? Is that what's going on? Are you trying to replace FX even though you've been giving FX like the cold shoulder for years? Like, FX don't even have their own fan club name. Like, they don't even have the fan club name.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Surprised, actually.
Yeah, and FX has been around for like 5 years. They don't even have their own fan club name. And Winner is just debuted and they already have a fan club name.
Is it Losers?
I think it's Winner Circle or something like that. I don't know. It's pretty clever.
Fan club names are not clever. Most of them are not clever. Some of them are really good, though. Some are really good.
And this song was... I mean, it's all right. It's kind of annoying.
I wanted to try and stay away from the FX talk, at least in the beginning, but you already fucking stepped on that shit.
No, I'm not going to shy away from that because I like FX. I like FX, and I'm really sad that SM is like not really promoting them. And when they do promote them, like, I don't know what's going on. But this was just not...
Did you think it was good, bad, ugly? What did you think about this song? Because you didn't really say much about the song yet.
Okay, so... I'll break it down this way. So one, this music video, the girls very, very attractive, very, very attractive. Very. Two of them look like twins though.
Yeah.
Sugi and
they're working that fucking eyeshadow though, man. Like.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like that though. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I think it's really cute.
Yeah, and I like the different colored hair too. Like she looks like Crystal in New ABO, I think it was. But either way.
SMs were really good at picking pretty people.
Pretty people.
But, for example, FX was so... I remember when FX debuted because they picked very, quote-unquote, strange girls for that group.
Yeah.
I mean, they have an Amber in there, right? Like, for example, Sully got a lot of shit for many years for not being that attractive, which blows my mind, but whatever. Luna was pretty chubby in the beginning, even though she was my favorite, right?
Yeah.
And they picked... Although, to be fair, I think I saw one of their pre-debut pictures, and she looks totally fucking different. Yeah. Now, I don't mean plastic surgery different. I just mean, like, she worked on her shit.
Yeah.
And she got, obviously, professional help. But she looked good now. So that's why it was so weird that... Anyways, I stepped on your FX thing.
What was I saying?
Just you
shitting
We were
on the
talking about
song.
how pretty were
Oh
they.
yeah,
We were
that's
talking
right.
about how pretty they were.
They're really, really pretty. That's about it. Like, I feel like this is like a shitty FX B-side. I hate to be constantly comparing this to broke that. I hate to constantly be comparing this to FX, but it's a very FX sound, and it's just not what I would expect from SM debut.
I will
Very
make.
disappointing.
You may want to murder me, but I will say it does sound like an FX B side, but it's also if it was an FX B side,
It would be better than Red Light.
It would be not just Red Light. It would be. I would enjoy much more than a lot of FX songs. That's just my thing. I will say though that it's very hard to. It sucks when a group debuts with weird drama shit, right?
Yeah.
Because
There's a
you
lot
don't
of
know.
drama
You don't know.
surrounding
Like it seems rushed. It could just be rushed because it was rushed and they didn't prepare very well
Yeah.
for this debut, or it could be rushed because they needed something to fill the FX gap.
Yeah.
I don't know. It always sucks because you kind of have to watch what you say sometimes when there's drama involved because it's like
you don't know.
you don't know
You're
what
not a part
happened.
of that group. You're not in the back scenes. You don't know what's going on.
But I said it in the reaction like this is their first girl group in 5 years, right? Since FX, and even FX was kind of this weird experimental thing, right? Like
But people love
They
FX.
people love FX, although apparently not that much. I mean, not EXO Girls' Generation much, right?
Yeah.
But like Girls' Generation is getting old. They're your favorite group.
Definitely.
They're getting old.
They're
They
definitely-
need a replacement, right?
Yeah.
So I assumed this was going to be their replacement. Or their attempt at a replacement.
I think that's why I'm shitting on them so hard, because I really expected, okay, this is the next gen. Yeah. This is gonna be like, you know, when SM had Boa and all that, and then they came out with like Girls' Generation, and Girls' Generation honestly were kind of like only popular to like the old Ajishis, like uncle fans, for a while until probably G. So
until Wonder Girls was like, peace, we out of Korea.
Yeah, until G, basically. And
yeah.
And this might be the case for Red Velvet. I might be a little bit too harsh on them, but they are definitely not carrying the torch with this release.
So yeah, you're saying they're not even carrying the FX torch.
Yeah,
right?
they're not even carrying the FX torch. How can they carry the Girls' Generation torch? How can they carry the Boa torch? How can they carry, you know...
And we say this a lot, like... Recently, some debuts have been on point. Like they've been putting their work in. Like we've said a million times, like Mamamoo, right? Like even Winner, I think
it was really polished. Even
very
it wasn't
polished.
Remarkable.
Yes.
It was polished.
And even though I enjoy this song way more than you do, none of this seemed very polished.
Yeah.
The music video, I mean, I know it's SM and they don't spend a shit ton of money on the music videos.
But it looks kind of cheap.
But it looks like 9/10 of it is on a green screen. You know, like just. With kaleidoscope effects that some editor, who by the way fucked up pretty badly, and they had to re-edit the video, you know, like it just seemed like not much thought was put into this, but this is fucking SM, right?
Yeah, like you're
It's
supposed to
crazy
be
to
like
me.
you're supposed to be like #1 or #2 best K-pop company. So everything that you're spitting out better be top quality.
Yeah.
And this is just
Or
not
at least
top
look
quality.
like it's supposed to be top. You may not have to like it, right?
Yeah.
But it should at least look like quality.
This is not polished. It's not polished. I mean, okay, don't get me wrong. Me and Steven say all the time, K-pop groups, K-pop idols, they work themselves to death.
Yes.
Especially those who are working under the SM whip, right? But seriously, these girls don't look like they're
We're not
trained
blaming
very
the
well.
girls. We're not saying they're
Yeah.
like I've heard from many people. They're actually a lot of talent, and like we've seen some of their teasers and their covers, and it's like, sure, give me more of that in the song and in the debut. But
I think it's really sad because I kind of like spoiled it for myself because I was watching like SM Rookies. I was keeping up with SM Rookies, right? And a lot of them like came out doing their dance numbers, and I was like, okay, I don't really feel the emotion of like a veteran artist from this, but they at least got the technicalness down. And I was like, okay, I'm a little bit impressed. Like when the debut, it's going to be really polished, and it's going to be depending on the it's going to be depending on the production, whether it's going to be catchy or not. And this one, I feel like the production failed, and I feel like it's just not polished. The girls are really, really attractive. Their voices are really great, and I'm sure they're talented because I've seen it. But I don't see it in this video, is what I'm saying.
But again, I didn't hate the song that much. I do look forward to what they're going to be. Because Girls' Generation did change quite a lot since their beginning.
Drastically.
FX actually didn't really. FX was
FX
pretty...
has been doing the weirdo.
Doing the weirdo thing. I mean, their weirdo thing has gotten more weirdo. But
yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. Did you watch her?
It went from fun weirdo to not like...
to like creepy weirdo. But, you know, so this group could be something totally different in their next comeback, right?
We don't know.
But it is interesting to think about that because they're going to need a replacement of Girls' Generation soon. Now, are they going to come out with another supergroup? I bet they will because EXO's done so well for them that I would bet there's 8 other girls somewhere right now training to be the next.
I bet SM has
group.
like a stable of 30 trainees that they could probably
do. But it is a really sad to see because FX, I don't want to say FX is done.
But they have a lot of issues right now. They have a
scandal.
scandal.
Are bad.
Yeah, they have a scandal that they need to overcome right now.
And even if Sully is not coming back, then sure they can go on as 4. But whenever you go on as 4, it's just a little...
Something's missing.
It'll be interesting to see Kara when they debut, I think, a couple of days. Tomorrow, actually, they'll get their new member and be like, is this still Kara or not? That'll be kind of cool.
I think it won't be.
We'll see. I mean...
Sorry, Camellias.
We'll see. Let's move on then from Red Velvet. But just think about that. Think about how landmark it is to see brand new debuts for both of them.
From YG and SM.
Like that's
in the same month.
Yeah. I think they're only 2 weeks apart or 3 weeks apart. All right, let's move on to the next song of the week. And that is by a girl. You may know her.
You always say that when it's like someone really popular.
Yeah, I do that.
You may know her.
All right, you know who this.
Of course you know who
this bitch is. All right, you know. It's HyunA. It's HyunA. All right, you know her. With Ra.D. HyunA. Now, let me get out of the way because I'm sure I'll be brought up.
Do it.
It boggles my mind, and you were kind of really against it. But HyunA was almost going to be my pick of the month.
What?
It really was going to be. I don't know why, but so I made this like video about HyunA's Ra.D, and so that means I had to listen to that song a lot. I had to listen to it probably 20 or 30 times in a span of a 4 or 5 hour period. I listened to it a lot. And at first, when I first watched it, I was like, meh. I mean, okay, whatever. It was okay, not bad. But the more I heard it, it could just be brainwashing. It could just be whatever.
It's Stockholm Syndrome.
Could be Stockholm Syndrome, right? But like, I just really dig this song. Like, whenever it comes on, I'm like, I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it. I don't know why. I know a lot of people are like, the lyrics are weird and strange. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe you don't know because some people didn't know. But it is based off a children's song in Korea. And every Korean person doesn't think this song is weird. And the lyrics are weird because they understand it. They understand that the point of it is to think that HyunA is delicious. And almost all the Korean people do it automatically. Because I saw a lot of like, ew, I don't why is there a monkey and an apple? I don't get it. That's fine. You're not Korean. You're not going to get it. Right? I don't get it. Whatever.
I get it, but...
Yeah, man. You're like, man, whatever. But I will say that, I mean, again, a lot of people are like, oh, that's HyunA. Oh, she's trying to twerk, and she's like Miley Cyrus. And I said this in the video, like, she doesn't twerk once in this video. Just because she shaked her ass, which is a whole nother issue, like, she doesn't even come close to twerking. I don't know why people keep saying Miley Cyrus. I think of a lot of the HyunA past videos, this is actually one of the tamest HyunA videos. And I don't know why people are freaking out about this video so much, but like it's so when I think back to like Bubble Pop or like
Ice Cream
Change or Ice Cream, like in Change, I remember she's pretty much just grinding her ass like in your face in Change.
There's one scene in Change where she's like grabbing a chain fence and it looks like she's having like an orgasm.
Yeah. And like disregarding, I mean, Troublemaker stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
Troublemaker, that's right.
Like this is one of the tamest HyunA videos ever out there, and I just like I get people are all into bashing the sexy concept now, which again is why I was gonna make that video next. But like I don't know, I thought she does her thing actually kind of reserved in this video, and I thought she did pretty well. Like I think the dance is pretty cool. I think the dance with the beat actually matches very well. And I thought the music video was, I mean, it's fun, and I didn't cringe once, which I cringe a lot in HyunA videos.
A lot.
Like I think she looks. Sometimes I think HyunA looks really strange.
It's the color lenses that she always wears with the.
That might be. But I thought she looked really good in this video. I mean, the red lipstick is a big thing in Korea now, and I think she pulls that off so well. And I think she looks great in the black hair. It's very simple, and she looks like she's having fun. And like, I don't know, oh, she's shaking her butt. Is that twerking? That girl behind her was kind of twerking.
Cooking, yeah, she's kind of.
But HyunA's. I don't think HyunA can. I don't. You know.
I'm not sure she got the.
But that's just me. I really enjoy this song. I know you have other feels to this.
Okay,
but.
So don't get me wrong. I don't hate this song, like I hated Happiness. But
actually, yeah, and I didn't really mind Happiness. So.
This song for me was whatever. It's just another HyunA song. I feel like it was kind of toned down, but at the same time very HyunA. And you know, props to HyunA for being HyunA. I mean. Your name kind of goes hand in hand with sexy nowadays in Korea, and this is definitely kind of a sexy-ish type.
It's like
of video.
the cute summer version of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not over. It's not overboard, and I respect that. It's still very true to who HyunA is and what she does, but it's not like it's not distasteful. Is what I want to say.
Which is strange for HyunA.
Yeah, it's not like oops, I dripped ice cream on my breasts, or oops, I just
that was stellar.
Just
yeah, bubble pop, which is a great video. I mean, we're not saying we don't like her bubble popping. We're just saying that's
she got a really great body. What are you gonna say about that? But
although it's really skinny, really like yeah. But I will say though that I really like the beat. But I think I really like the beat because it's very, very similar to another song I really like. Lip Service's Yum. Yum, 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 yum.
And you guys remember, if you don't remember how I feel about that song, I don't really like it. Steven really,
that song's
really
fucking
it.
hilarious.
He loved that song.
Every time if someone's like, let's get a hamburger, I'm like, hamburger.
I'm like,
hamburger,
stop.
hamburger.
You just stop.
My girlfriend's like, I want an Americano. I'm like, Americano. I'm like, that song's so happy. And so the beat's very similar to that, and it's a really funky beat, and I really like it. I do think, I mean, HyunA's voice is HyunA's voice. It's very high, kind of high-ish.
People argue whether or not she can sing. I mean, we're not gonna.
She's not singing in this.
We're not gonna comment on that.
I do think that maybe in the hands of someone with a slightly lower register, this song would be even better to me. But
I know what you mean.
I think that
just kind of
she does
pitch.
fine. I think she does fine in this. I think of all the ways this could have went wrong, especially in the current trend of going harder and harder.
It didn't really do anything.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't really do anything like I feel that deserves our contempt. Yeah, I just kind of feel it's meh. It's whatever.
What a weird... You know, when we started this podcast with you, we were very opposite on where we are now. Now I'm like happier on a lot more songs than you. What's going on? All right, well, let's start with the last major song. What is that?
Our last major song is of a boy group that we've been pretty much paying attention to for a good while now. It's Bumkey with Her.
Yeah! I can't do it. I can't do it.
And we love... Well, I wouldn't say love, but we definitely are paying a lot of attention to Bumkey just because what they do is just a lot different from what everybody else does.
I cannot put enough emphasis on that they look and they sound
weird.
Different.
They look and sound weird.
Weird also means different.
Yeah.
But like if like for example, we were just at a restaurant, right? And we're watching like a Music Core Super Summer Special. And they just have group after group after group after group coming out, right? When Block B comes out, I know that's Block B. I know it because of the way they look and of the way they enjoy themselves and they're dancing and it's fun.
And having fun and just kind of interacting with each other.
Yeah. And I like that. I like the more recent kind of Very Good wave. Very Good is a great song.
It's a fantastic song. In my opinion.
Their last song, Jackpot.
The more I listen to that song, the more I like it. I really, really like that song now.
That song has grown on me, but it's still no Very Good.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that I like this song more than Jackpot. But this song was also a song where I didn't like it at first, but then I kept hearing it at every fucking restaurant I went to. And I was like, yeah, like it's so different sounding. I really like that.
You have this weird Stockholm syndrome about you, where like if you're forced to listen to a song over and over, you're just like, I like this song now.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I actually also read an article about how pop music. That is how pop music is made. It's made for you to be brainwashed into liking it.
I can believe that.
Yeah, and that's how the radio works. The radio is there just to brainwash you.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Anyways, I will say though that they're tipping a little bit too much on the crazy side. Like I think, like I know they've always been a little offbeat and weird, you know. Yeah. But like for example, B1A4 has also been a little bit offbeat and weird. Yeah. And while B1A4 has actually kind of toned down their weirdness, yeah. Block B is kind of like they keep going.
They just shot the rocket of just like weirdness.
Yeah. I mean, they see that it's working and they keep going. I'm a little afraid that they're just going to be this, you know, from now on. But so far right now, I mean, I'm there's not many boy groups that I pay attention to.
Yeah.
To be honest,
newer boy groups.
Even just any boy. Like if you were to say like, let me try to think right now. Like if I was like, okay, there's gonna be a new song next week, and this boy group is releasing it, would I be excited? Right? That list is very low. That list for me is like Big Bang or any member of Big Bang comes out, I'm in that.
That's probably actually for you.
Block B,
Shiny,
probably.
Shiny.
No. There is a run of Shiny songs that I lost confidence in Shiny. Like to me, that's what I'm saying. It's a very low list of like boy groups that I'm like, all right, okay. And Block B for me right now is one of them. I mean, GOT7 I probably maybe put up there. I really enjoyed.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm not BAP.
Batoost.
Okay, B. No. Okay, Beast. Yeah, Beast.
What about B1A4?
B1A4, yes. Although, Solo Day I like less and less every time I hear Solo Day. And but their last song, the Ice song, what was that one? The cold one.
Lonely.
Lonely. Like that song's still okay. That song's still okay. Still not as good as what's that song? That's amazing.
What's happening?
What's happening? That song's amazing. So yeah. Just keep in mind, we are hoping we find a girl that we may get along with and like understands us and likes boy groups. We totally understand that we have that issue.
The main condition is understanding us.
Yeah. But anyways, that's Block B's Her.
I really liked it.
Yeah, I really liked it too.
I really liked the song. The videos was very fun loving. I like the fact that it was very fun loving, but it was quite weird.
Yeah.
With like Jackpot, I can understand because Jackpot kind of has that theme to it, but this one just didn't really have a theme. They're just then being weird.
Yeah, when like really just weird eye colors. It's not like really creepy like eye colors.
But I liked it.
I really liked the chorus. Really liked the chorus. All right, well that's it for our main section. Let's go to the lightning round. Now the lightning round is when we pew 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 apparently. But it's also where we talk about a song.
Rap hands, rap school. Sorry, I got to go on.
What was I saying? All right, lightning round is where we talk on the floor. Other guys, more. Wow. The lightning round is where we talk quickly, maybe a couple minutes of either good song or bad song. Just something we want to mention that, yes, we saw this song. We probably didn't like it. But it's also a chance for us to highlight some indie songs that you may not know that are just amazing songs, but
we just didn't have much to say about it. Besides that, we really liked them, and they just didn't have anything else we really had to say.
Yeah. So let's talk about the first lightning song, and that is by a girl named Parc Boram.
Probably know her.
Featuring Zico, and she was on Superstar K2, I think.
So yes.
She's been training for quite a while, and she has a song called Beautiful. Now, this song, I mean, I would have not have known about this song other than it's played a lot in cafes everywhere, and for good reason. It's a great song. It's just really good. I don't know why it's so good. It's just, Like it's
well
just
put
good.
Together. It's well put together.
It's a really good song.
Her voice really matches what they're trying to do, like musically with the song, and the song is catchy enough in itself that almost anyone can sing it. Yeah. But she makes it a lot better with her voice. Yeah.
And it's just a great all-around song. Yeah. Like older people, younger people. Like
should like it,
you should like it. So
and I also have Zico from Block B in it. Yeah. We were just talking about Block B, and he has a I don't know, like a
15-second
rap verse thing, but it's really good. I really like it. Normally
I'm fine with that. Sometimes, like for example, Psy featuring Snoop Dogg. Sometimes Snoop Dogg is the whole song, and Psy's not. You know, so it's fine if the feature is just a quick. You know.
Yeah, and usually we have qualms with like the rapping sometimes. Like, well, we don't think it's needed, but I feel like the rapping really adds something to this.
Yeah, I think we've since quantified that to be, if it's short enough, it's fine.
If it's short enough, yeah. If it doesn't dominate the song, it's fine. Okay. Well, our next song is by Parc Jung featuring Beenzino, called Ice Ice Baby.
Down, 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 down,
ding, 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 ding. And now this song I heard before I went to America, and I immediately downloaded it because this song was awesome, but the music video is kind of whatever.
Dude, this video is hilarious. You should watch it because
dude looks like he's so awkward. He doesn't know what to do. Like he's Ricky Bobby. Like I don't know what to do with my hands. Like
and like he looks angry the whole time.
Like why are you glaring at me, Chingu?
Like I guess we take for granted how good K-pop stars are at looking at the camera, like looking cute and like winking,
like controlling their facial expressions.
Yeah, this dude. I mean, he's great. I think it's a great song. I'm probably gonna download it. But man, he's like
He is not in command of his facial.
He's like Lehigh in her first song, right?
Like 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah.
Where it's just
she's kind of just like walking from like set to set, like
he's
singing now.
In this video, he literally, I don't think he moves. I think he's just standing in the middle of that stage.
Or he does like some generic like dance move. Like.
Yeah, but it's a great song. I mean, where is he from? Parc Jung? Is he from a Superstar K or some shit?
I feel like he's from some show, but I don't really know. I don't really know too much about him.
Either way, I think it's a really good song. If you're gonna download two kind of indie songs, Boram, Parc Jung, very good, very good.
Oh, and there's also one more song, but we'll get to that later.
That's a different type of song. Let's talk about the next one, which is Taemin. The most recent kind of a song on this list. And Taemin with his song Danger.
Danger.
Now, for a song called Danger, that wasn't very dangerous.
This song was kind of... Okay, for one, this debut as a solo artist was kind of like, what? What did this happen? What? He's already released a music video? That kind of happened.
I mean, if anyone's going to be solo from SHINee, I mean...
It's going to be
Taemin. But as talented as he is, like, I don't think he has what it... I don't want to say he has what it takes. That sounds mean. But when I think of someone... Like, who's the main singer in SHINee? The guy that's a fucking beast. Not Onu. The guy that's usually in the front.
In SHINee, Taemin.
Okay, not front dancing, front singing.
Onu.
Is his name Onu? I'm going to Google this right now.
The guy who really likes chicken?
I don't know that about
I'll tell you the members of SHINee right now.
Tell me the members of SHINee.
Key. Not Key. He definitely doesn't sing very much.
Not Key.
Taemin, Minho, Onu, Jonghyun.
It's probably Onu.
Jonghyun? Are you talking about
Nope,
Jonghyun?
it's not Onu. It's Jonghyun.
Okay.
Jonghyun.
Okay.
He's a great singer, right?
Yeah, he's a great singer.
Okay. Anyways, for me, when I think, I know I'm not a huge SHINee fan, but when I think of someone who can like lead a solo song, because you kind of got to be a singer to lead a song, the solo career. That is what I assume, right? Like I picture him. So when I see Taemin, I'm like, Taemin, he's a great dancer. He's always got weird ass hair, right? Like he can sing decently well, right? But
I feel like Taemin just has a lot of energy. Like he can do a solo.
True. But what he does have, he's got a lot of fangirls.
He does. And he's got a lot of popularity. That's why.
And to be fair, honestly, like his video, that is so chock full of fangirlism. Like it's unbelievable. Like I know there's a lot of girls right now that are like, I can't believe they're talking about this like that. Like that was the greatest video of my life. And you could be right.
I cried when I saw it.
You could be totally right for you. But like as a guy who's not a giant fan of SHINee already, like that video is ridiculous.
And as a guy who's probably a huge fan of SHINee, that video was ridiculous.
But you don't want to have sex with him, right?
No.
It was like, I personally will never understand why like guys, like he just wears the most weird as shit, but
He
I
has
get
that
it.
weird nose.
Because he's sexy, he can do whatever he wants, but that's not my thing.
He has that the 300,
Oh,
300 nose chain.
That's just awful.
Oh, don't do that, Taemin.
That's why I'm so hyped for like when winter comes out and they're wearing normal ass clothes, because normal ass clothes look sexy to everyone.
True.
Okay, weird ass shit only looks sexy to people who already think he's sexy. So
there you go.
And also the song kind of sounds like a B-side Shiny track. Yes.
Yeah, it sounds like a Shiny song that didn't really make the cut.
Yeah. Sorry guys.
All right. Well, our next song.
Unsubscribe now.
is by Taewan or Sea Love featuring Jint called Good Morning. Good Morning. Not that one, but the other one.
That's an amazing song though. By Jint?
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a song by Taewan, kind of following the footsteps of Crushed, or trying to. But Sea Love is also kind of a producer kind of singer,
R&B guy.
Yeah, and he is in Brand New. So I mean, his there's another song called History featuring Sunny. Yeah, that's me. But
there's a lot of F-bombs in that song.
There is. It's a little cringy
a lot of F-bombs
when he's singing in English and he's like "fuck you" and it's like, oh, okay.
Fuck you haters.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Pardon?
Like, all right.
What haters are there?
But
are there a lot?
This song, I mean, you really like this song. I really like this song.
I really like this song. This song and History made me download the album. I've listened to the album a lot, and and those two songs are not my favorite songs on the album. My favorite song on the album is called Like This. There's an English version of it. Like this,
y'all. Like this.
There's an English version and there's a Korean version, and surprisingly, both are very good. Go listen to it.
Would you say if you liked Crush? You might be a fan of. You might be into that. You might.
Crush's album was infinitely better, but this has.
It has
three good
points.
songs
It
on
has
it.
good points on it. And if you want to watch the video for for Good Morning, just know that Jint. What the fuck did you do?
He was sleeping under a rock.
What the fuck did you do?
10 years, and they awoke him and said, "Rap this verse." He was like, "What? Jint."
Yeah. But I still killed it because I'm Jint.
That was a good verse.
But yeah, so that's Taewan or Sea Love. Good Morning. Moving on, we got Secret. I'm in love. Now, Secret is such a weird conundrum because they came out, they were sexy, and they were good at it. They were good at being sexy.
So good.
Then they were like, "We done with that. We gonna move on to
let's try this cute thing."
And the cute thing works so well. All my fucking students, they don't know Poison. They don't know any of their old Secret stuff, but they know Yoo-hoo. They know, what's the most recent one?
What are you talking about?
Most recent Secret song.
Are you talking about Hyun's
the cute one?
Solo?
No, not Hyun. They all know that one too. But not Yoo-hoo. The one that's a one-shot video.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It was like a winter Christmas special.
I'm so bad at remembering things today.
Christmas
like,
special.
It's depressing to me how much I'm bad at remembering things. Doesn't matter. All that matters is when they were going cute, they were doing really well in Korea. But I'm in Love, they were like, we're done with that. We're going to go back to what we were kind of like doing before. And I didn't think it worked very well at all.
Not in this one, surprisingly.
Yeah, I thought the song wasn't very good.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Poison was very good. But this song was like
lackluster.
Huh? Like what? The Secret? What happened to y'all? Y'all got lazy or something? Like
Hillsong's still as fine as ever though.
I'm still surprised how much my students like that Goodnight Kiss song.
Same. I think they like it because of the boobies.
Well, these are all girls I'm talking about.
I think they like it because of the boobies.
They really like the chorus, and then there's like weird like swag part, and it's like they don't really like the swag part,
because it's the booby showing part. My boys love that part, the booby showing part.
They need to watch Body Language then.
Body Language. So
all right, calm down. All right, calm down. I don't know where you're going. I don't know where you're going, but we're not done yet.
Down on the floor.
Well, it's been a long time. Let's talk about the next one.
I'm so tired.
Next one.
Oh, next song is Ladies Code with Kiss Kiss. Ladies Code is a group that we've been paying attention to.
But slowly losing interest.
Yeah, because they haven't really put out anything that we really, really liked. For me, I really like this song. Kiss Kiss is a good song. And the problem with that is that it sounds kind of mediocre. There's nothing really catchy about it. It has all the makings of Is this the one I'm thinking about?
Yeah.
It has all the makings of like a good song, but it's just not catchy enough.
Like, I love the video. It's very similar kind of to... the problem with this is that it's very similar to to Yepo Yepo, right?
Wait, am I thinking of the wrong one? I am thinking of the wrong one. I'm confusing this one with the BESTie
With
one.
BESTie?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this one's... You said these things when we watched it.
Yeah,
This is the one that's like...
Okay. So Ladies Code is the one where I think sounds very, very Ladies Cody.
Yes.
And it sounds like all the other songs like Yepo Yepo and what's
So Wonderful.
So Wonderful. It sounds both of those songs.
All right, you were confusing.
And it has the same dance as Yepo Yepo and
Very.
the same
The problem with it, I think it's a decent song, Kiss Kiss. I just think it's too similar to the previous releases that it's just like there's parts in the chorus where like my
we were
mind
singing Yepo Yepo and
it goes
like,
to Yepo
oh, yeah,
Yepo.
it was fine.
Just too similar. But I really like the video. I think the video it's like
Very
it's a lot
fun.
of color, a lot of fun, and I like fun. You know, I like
fun.
I think the dance is actually pretty cool, especially it must be really hard to dance to this song because it's not a song with a lot of musical cues.
Like
A beat. There's not like a boom. You know, 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. But I will say though that it's a little sad that I guess they did really well with Yepo Yepo. I mean, everybody in Korea was listening to that. And then I guess this is where doing the same thing over and over again, it can also go bad, right? It could also go very well for a lot of people, and it has gone very well for a lot of people, but
not in this case.
Not in this case. But moving on to the other group that you fucked that shit up. And that is a girl group called BESTie with their song Hot Baby.
And we also had an eye on BESTie because of Love Options. But that was mainly because it was a Brave Sound track, and this one is not Brave Sound, and it has all the makings of what a good song could have, but it's just not catchy enough.
It's like a not good. It's Double Psychic song, and Double Psychic produced their last single, which is Thank You Very Much, which I actually really like.
I really like that song too. It sounded like a Sistar song.
Yeah, I remember at the time you didn't like it, and when I used to listen to it all the time, you're like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
No, I didn't. I just said I didn't like it. I just thought it was whatever.
Go back.
I just thought it was whatever.
Well, you just said you really liked it. Now you think it's whatever.
Huh? No. At that time, I thought it was whatever.
Sure,
but it's grown on me.
Sure it does. Anyways,
it has.
This song's not that.
It's not that. Whatever we were saying, it's not that.
I really like the chorus in this. I don't want to say really like. I enjoy the chorus in this. But the rest of it, it's just not. Actually, I don't even know if I would instantly know it's a Double Psychics track.
It doesn't really sound very Double Psychic-y. Yeah.
Which can be a good thing for some people. But Love Options, the best one. But of course, we're biased.
We love the Brave.
We love Brave Sound, and I know people don't like Brave Sound, so we're sorry about that.
Sorry. People.
Moving on.
This is me.
Yeah, we're almost done.
So JYJ, Backseat. What to say about this song? JYJ. This song is about sex. Having sex in the backseat of a car.
Baby making song.
Sex! That's pretty much it. That's all I have to...
Did you drink some energy halfway through this, bro?
That's all. I'm just excited to be done. With a lightning round, we got a lightning round this.
Oh, man. Yeah, so JYJ, they're back. You're probably fans of JYJ if you're not already. But I will say if you don't know JYJ, I don't really think this is a song that's gonna hook
for you. Yeah.
This is just JYJ.
Yeah, I like JYJ, and this is what
they got great voices.
Yeah, this is kind of whatever song for me.
It's about sex. Although one of the dudes says some English at the end, not good.
Not good English.
Not good. You've been in the business for quite a long time, bro.
You should know better.
You should. All right, that's a little Western elitist, but it is what it is. Moving on to another boy group, and that is Infinite with their song Back. Now, I heard a lot of good things about this video. Yeah, I don't think it's a bad video. They definitely put in some work in this video, but it's so similar to a much, much, much better video.
Tasty's Day and Night.
No. Never Tasty's Day and Night.
You see what I did there? Oh, God.
Never. That would be My Name with their song. I don't even know what the song is called. But
Baby Come Back.
Baby I'm Sorry.
Baby I'm Sorry.
Which I also think is a better song than this Infinite song. I don't think Infinite songs. I think this song's okay.
Yeah.
It's really not that bad. But if you're gonna make a drama-filled MV and hype it up, a lot of people that I saw were hyping it up, if 70% of it is still a normal ass MV with close-ups on the face, them dancing, like it's just kind of whatever to me. Like, but seriously, if you like this infinite back drama, check out My Name, Baby I'm Sorry, because that's a real fucking drama MV right there.
So this song and music video were like good for me, but what really kind of stuck out in my mind was the choreography. I really liked the Infinite choreography in this one. Infinite have always been pretty good choreography-wise, in my opinion, and this is just really good.
So I think this is going to sound very ignorant since I'm not a huge Infinite fan, but I think all their choreography is so similar. Like I think all their choreography is really emphasized. I mean, emphasis on leg movements.
Yeah.
And like, I personally don't think that looks cool, but I guess I'm not saying it's not hard. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just saying it just looks like a lot of like, it's like Lee Kwang-soo dancing, like just a lot of leg action. I'm just like, I'm not like, nah, whatever. Sorry guys.
What I have to say about this choreography is I like the way that they interchange the members, like what they do member to member, not necessarily what each member is doing. What each member's choreography is kind of doing is kind of bland actually if you look at it, but the way that they interact with each other and the way they form lines and angles, it looks really good.
Maybe I'm misremembering. I don't remember there being that much choreography.
It's not, but what I saw, I liked.
Okay. Okay. All right. Moving on to the very last one. What is that? You should end it.
It's the Ra.D. You know me and Ra.D.
No
as
condoms.
As always.
Which is the song name?
That's the song, as always. Now, Ra.D., you know I love Ra.D. as a producer and a singer. I prefer Ra.D. more as a kind of piano-y songs, kind of R&B songs. Last song, Fly Away, was very good in my opinion. This song is good, but not up to that caliber.
Yeah, this is a more acoustic guitar kind of deal. I mean, I really like this song. I think the song's much better than a lot of, because it's like a ballad with a beat, right?
Yeah.
So I really think it's a good song. I did like Fly Away much more, and the song You Always Sing is much better than
I'm in Love.
But they are very different songs.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, he does great work. This is further proof that he does great work. Like, I would pick this Ra.D. song over a lot of songs this month. But yeah, I hope that episode was okay. You know, it's been a while. Josh is sleepy.
I'm tired.
He just ate a shit ton of food. Like, it was ridiculous.
It was, yeah. Steven got scared.
Yeah. So we're gonna end it here. Hopefully, it wasn't too long, and we're gonna come back in 2 weeks for our next episode. Again, what should you do if you want to help us? Number one, subscribe on YouTube if you can. This Week in K-Pop. Leave us a review on iTunes. That would be great. And, of course, follow us on Twitter, maybe.
Yeah.
To get our new releases. Because whenever I put a new release on YouTube, it
pops
pushes
up on Twitter.
To Twitter. And you can talk to me there. Some people do, like 2 people. So thank you guys for that. And we're done.
Bye.